Good morning. It's a Sunday and it's the 1st of October 2023, meaning that it's now 3 months left to the end of the year 2023. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. We're here to bring you the player ratings of Bournemouth 0, Arsenal 4, and it's a very, very good morning where I am right now. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Arsenal firing up to the basics and obviously getting everything right in the game, where they obviously went ahead to really unlock that low block of Bournemouth in a nick of time. And in the first half, the game ended 2-0, courtesy of Bukayo Saka and a penalty coming in from Martin Odegaard. Then the second half, it was a goal, another penalty scored by Kai Havertz, and the fourth one scored by Ben White. It was a very good header, and he obviously headed that ball home. Though VAR had something to say about it, but it obviously went ahead to see itself being given green light to be counted as a goal for Arsenal. Rokani David is my name as well. Call me RD. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on the stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, it's a fantastic day, and let's go to the player ratings, right? We thank God for the gift of life, and those going to church, may the Lord God bless you abundantly. Player ratings. We have to first talk about David Raya keeping a clean sheet. I think this is his third clean sheet, third or fourth. I think this is his third clean sheet. He kept a clean sheet against PSV, against Everton, the game of the Champions League. He never kept a clean sheet against Tottenham Hotspur. This is his fourth game. He's having 3 clean sheets in a row, and we have to obviously give him a 7 out of 10 because he really commands that defense very well. Maybe that's another attribute that Aaron Ramsey doesn't have at Arsenal, for really commanding that defense very well. But the most visible attributes are the way this man is really confident in between the stitches of the side of Arsenal when he's in goal. So a 7 out of 10 for me, going to David Raya. Benjamin White, obviously having one of his worst games of the season in the midweek as they beat Brentford by 1-0. But on Saturday, that is yesterday, he pulled up the stockings and put in what we call a shift that obviously gave Arsenal a very huge lead in there for you. And Arsenal has been a team that has not been scoring very many goals, and their first season in the Premier League, they've gone ahead to score 4. That is it. And 4-0 with a clean sheet. That was really very, very, very impeccable for the side of Arsenal. And it really showed you that they are really good on the day. And I'm giving Ben White a 7.5 out of 10. Zinchenko, good on the day, solid. And he was responsible for this second goal, I think, that Arsenal scores of a penalty where he released Eddie Nketiah, and Eddie Nketiah was fouled in the 18 box area by that, courtesy of that line-breaking pass of Zinchenko, and the referee pointed onto the spot, and Odegaard made it count, and that was the second goal to make it 2-1. Now, I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. That is Zinchenko for you. We go to the central defense. Gabriel Magalhaes, one of the best players on the field of play. He put in a shift that everyone is going to appreciate, and I think his partnership with Saliba is obviously one of the best central defense partnerships in the Prem. So he played very well. There was a time when Solanke really had to shoot, and he read his thoughts, and by the time he was shooting at goal, Gabriel Magalhaes had already slept there to block that shot, and that really kept Arsenal in the game. And by the time, the game was just 1-0, and Gabriel Magalhaes put in a shift that kept Arsenal flowing into the game. So it shows you exactly how huge this guy adds to the side of Arsenal, and why Arsenal need to keep this guy always fit and into play. So I'm giving him an 8 out of 10. He really put in a very good performance, and I think in my ratings I've never gone ahead to give him an 8 out of 10. It shows you that yesterday he was really great. It wasn't that Brentford was not attacking. Brentford were attacking, but that central defense was really watertight in there for you. We got to Saliba, his central defense partner. He played very well, but I think Gabriel took the day. But even Saliba had a very good spell. He's had to break through, you know that very well, and he put in a very good shift. I'm giving him a 7 out of 10 on the day. We go to the central midfield. Declan Rice returning from injury, putting in a lot of performances that we all went ahead to appreciate and saw Arsenal really thriving game in, game out. And they put up some good performances that obviously gave Arsenal a very good goal when it really mattered most. And this is exactly what you want from your team, if at all you really support it highly. And that is a team of Arsenal. And as it stands, he really put in a very good goal for the goal. And for the midfield, and he controlled it very well. I saw him fighting for every ball. He looked like has been even playing, that he never missed out on the 45 minutes of the game of Spurs and the 90 minutes of the game of Brentford. He came in through fresh and put in a shift that obviously put Arsenal to where they deserve to be. A 7.5 for me for Declan Rice. Now let's go to Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz had a very beautiful display yesterday, and he was really given a penalty to score a goal such that that pressure goes off himself. However good you are, a player, this pressure of not scoring and the fans not being in the same ilk with you can obviously affect your career. And this time around, Kai Havertz needed a goal to obviously cool his tempers and pressures coming in from the fans of Arsenal, and he went ahead to get it through a penalty that saw Odegaard, Jesus, and Bukayo Saka sit down, negotiate on who is going to take the penalty, and they gave it to Kai Havertz on the night, and he scored. I'm giving him a 7 out of 10, and I think he's really growing into this team of Arsenal better and better. The more he grows his confidence, the more he's going to come good and better. That is Kai Havertz for you. 7 out of 10 for me on the day. Martin Odegaard. Guys, I was watching the game of Arsenal and Manchester United concurrently. And everyone who really puts Odegaard in the same statement with Bruno Fernandes has a problem with his head. If you see what Odegaard does on the game, that's what a number 10 does. A number 10 has to obviously craft out magic by not just placing or passing anyhowly, but by passing with intent, passing with purpose, passing with precision. Bruno Fernandes yesterday saw my team that I support, Man United, lose because of his Hollywood passes and unthought of final balls in the final third. Now, when you look at Odegaard, he knew that this team is obviously sitting back. What should I do? I have to do the following. Let me knock this ball around. And you see, either for the first goal, he releases Jesus onto the far post. Jesus heads that ball. It rattles off the bottom post, and it obviously goes in an area or vicinity of Bukayo Saka. Saka heads it home to make it 1-0 for Arsenal. Then the second one, he scores a penalty. The third goal, he obviously puts in a shift in the box. He's brought down by a defender of Bournemouth, and it's a penalty. That's an assist for him. Then the third one, it was an assist coming in from Martin Odegaard, a free kick, well delivered to find Ben White. Ben White raised in the air using his aerial prowess. He obviously headed that ball past the goalkeeper of Bournemouth, that is Neto. So it shows you that in every goal that Arsenal scored yesterday, Odegaard was part, and he was really a good player. And the reason as to why I'm going to even give him a 9 out of 10, because that decision he takes to obviously understand that we are having a player who is having a lot of pressure on him because of not scoring a goal, and he needs a goal. He tells Jesus and Saka that, please, you're not going to take this penalty. This penalty belongs to Kai Havertz. As a captain, he took that decision. You get? And he took it, and the penalty was taken by Kai Havertz, and Kai Havertz was really celebrating because the pressure was really immense onto him ever since he came in at Arsenal. So it shows you how good he is, and how he's going to take Arsenal to the glory days that they last tested in the season of 2020-2023, or the season of 2003-2004. And I'm giving him a 9 out of 10, and no one is coming close to him. Then we go to Bukayo Saka scoring 1. Obviously, good to see him back, and obviously getting him that goal, taking his tally to 3 in the Premier League. Is it 4? He scored against Nottingham, I think. Not so. He scored against Tottenham Hotspur. He scored against Fulham. I think Saka has like 3 or 4 goals. Let me check here. Bukayo Saka. Saka has like 4 goals this season in the Premier League. If I'm not mistaken, he's going to hate to play all the games of Arsenal. He has 4 goals and 2 assists. That's why I told you that it's going to be very easy for him to obviously hit that number, or that magic number of 20 goals this season, especially in the Premier League. In the Premier League, Bukayo Saka can score 20 goals. 7 games played is having 4 goals. He's left with 16 games. 16 goals to hit 20. And with 7 games played, that means we are left with 31 games to go. So their game is going to score a hat-trick this season. Their game is going to get a brace, and he's obviously going to reach there. And I'm giving him a 7.5 out of 10 for me. That is Bukayo Saka for you. And we go to Gabriel Jesus. This man is really a monster of a player. This is what I've always wanted to let you know, that every player that plays around Gabriel Jesus comes good. Play around him, you become good. Yesterday, Nketiah had a very good run of a show because of this guy. That is Gabriel Jesus. And Jesus is really a very good player. He had close to 2 chances that would have gone ahead to see himself really get where he deserves to be, but things never went on as planned. But he got an assist for the first goal. And I've always told you that the most important goal is the first goal. If you score fast, you really have a chance to obviously win. If I told you go ahead and obviously score the second and the third one, even if you don't score a second one and you concede, you can easily get a second one and really give you a win. And why is the first goal important? It's important because the opponent won't park the bus, will have to obviously unhide from the low block. That means he's going to open himself up. That's why Arsenal tore this team to shreds, because it had to open up that low block and obviously see themselves really getting an equalizer. But as they opened up, Arsenal just sighed a lot into the final third, and 3 more goals came in through to make a result of 4-0. That is it. So for Jesus, I'm giving him a 7.5 out of 10. We go to Nketiah. I'm going to give Nketiah a 7 out of 10. Responsible for the second goal. And he had some good runs through the midfield, and I think he might be a very good species in making. Every player comes good when he gets enough playing time. The more minutes you get, the more you really become good. And we are going to see this a lot when we're talking about Emile Smith-Rowe, because having gotten some 90 minutes in, when he came in through in this game, you saw to it that he's nearing those levels of really scoring and obviously being clinical into the final third. So I'm giving Nketiah a 7 out of 10. So let's go to the substitutes. Let's go to Emile Smith-Rowe. He was brought on through, got 2 chances, and he was denied by the goalkeeper of Bournemouth, that is Neto. And he really played a very good game on the day. And I really love it when I see this boy really firing it back. And these are signs that show you how good Arsenal is going to be in the final bend of the season. Why? Last season, they lacked players like Emile Smith-Rowe who could kill off games. You get? But if at all Smith-Rowe is getting back in shape, that will be good news to every Arsenal fan all over the world, because you know what he does when he hits his peak. And I believe he just needs 2-3 games to hit his peak. And when he hits it, Arsenal fans are going to jubilate. He's a player who can get Arsenal 10-15 goals a season in a nick of time. So I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. We go to Fabio Vieira coming in through line-breaking passes. Obviously, I'm giving him a 7.5 out of 10. Fabio Vieira was really immense onto the day, and he really put up some good performances for the side of Arsenal, and he really did in some great job. Reece Nelson, 7 out of 10. I really thought he had every reason to start, but he was not started by Mikel Arteta, and I think when a player does well, you need to reward him. That is it. But all in all, he got the win. And when a manager gets a win, obviously we who have been criticizing about the starting 11 have to keep quiet and really hail him for the tactics he's going to have to get right. So Arteta silenced us all onto that Reece Nelson factor. Reece Nelson 7 out of 10. We go to Jorginho, 7 out of 10, came in through, did the needful, and obviously you know what he does, giving full control to that team. Takehiro Tomiyasu, he's the guy who really came in through for Zinchenko, and he put in a shift that closed down that side. And you see to it that he enjoys playing that entire back line, and he shifts in the center, he plays on the left, he goes on the right. So he's a player that doesn't really give up his efforts, and he's obviously one of the players that you have to hail in that team of Arsenal for being versatile, as his manager came out recently and said he's one of those players they have at Arsenal that can play in any formation in the back line of Arsenal. And I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. That is Tomiyasu. Now, the manager Mikel Arteta, 8 out of 10. Getting a 4-0 win after a draw of Spurs is really breathtaking and obviously heartwarming. So, I think he deserves it. He deserves it. And Arsenal fans are having goosebumps about it. But I'm giving him an 8 out of 10. That is because when a manager does that and defies what we think, and his tactics really work on the night, then he's the hero. Not so? So, who is the man of the match? The man of the match is obviously Martin Odegaard. No one came close to him. He's the man of the match. Though I saw Arsenal fans on the website of Arsenal voting for Kai Havertz as the man of the match. But no one came close to Martin Odegaard on the night of that game. Odegaard is becoming more and more better. And I believe this season he's going to be the best player in the Premier League. That is because he's really having numbers. And yesterday he went ahead to put in a different result altogether for the side of Arsenal. Goals are like goals, and Odegaard has gone ahead to play 7 Premier League games, 3 goals and 1 assist. But I think they should really rectify this, because yesterday he had 2 assists. That is Martin Odegaard for you, meaning that he got his first assist yesterday, and is really great and putting in lots of efforts for this beautiful game of football. So thank you guys for watching through. Tell me who your man of the match was and how you rate every player of Arsenal on the scale of 10. Rokani David remains my name. We thank God for the gift of life, the Muslim viewers and subscribers. Barak Lau Fikum. I sign out.